The universe functions as an active operational firmware, a recovery protocol running on the background of reality to retrieve a source we have forgotten. This ancient script maps the protocol through a tesseract of memory. Within these lines, the text provides specific coordinates for a system in motion. The dual caustic universe, or DCU, posits that the origin point of existence is processed through two interacting, perfectly opposed fields. This baseline master equation tracks the flow, starting at node 1, bifurcating into two states, interfacing at node 3, and resolving at node 7 before returning to the origin. Existence is a breathing computational cycle designed to process action and synthesize memory. To maintain this cycle, the universe relies on a fundamental bifurcation, splitting into two distinct states of operation. The first state is the D10 field, the measurable realm. This is the physical day, where energy manifests as localized particles. The I9 field is the counterbalance. This night behaves as a continuous wave, accumulating memory rather than physical form. Physical measurements of the D10 state describe only the current frame. The I9 memory field provides the unseen structural continuity that prevents the system from decohering into noise. Coordinate 2435 identifies the exact architectural point in the text where the universal field divides into these dual operators. The D10 mechanism is represented as a lamp inside a glass. It provides localized kinetic light, the measurable physical output of the system. The right side of the split screen populates with an abstract structural diagram of an olive tree, glowing with internal stored energy. The glass boundary serves as the required interface. It is the site where kinetic output and stored potential negotiate their relationship. By enclosing the light, the glass prevents energy from scattering, capturing the flow so it can perform structural work. The arrangement captures kinetic light from stored potential within a fixed boundary. This produces the operational requirements of a thermodynamic engine, generating structure by actively managing universal entropy. These physical analogs translate into the mathematics of continuous fields, where D10 and I9 function as Fourier conjugates. The I9 integral absorbs waves to store hidden history, mapped as night at 1923. It expands phase space like a tree accumulating rings. The D10 derivative then slices through this accumulation, collapsing the wave into a localized point, the day at 1819. A derivative identifies a rate of change at a specific instantaneous point. This mirrors the act of human consciousness. It is the exact moment we snap into the present to fix our attention on a localized measurement. Without the human derivative to fix the measurement, the universe remains an uncollapsed probability wave. Without the universal integral to provide context, human action is a series of isolated instants with no history or consequence. The universal tree integrates the past, while human awareness differentiates the instant. Both operators are required to compute reality. This continuous calculus has a discrete shadow in mathematics known as the Collatz conjecture. The even Collatz rule, dividing by 2, matches the D10 field. It represents contraction, division, and the localized derivative. The odd rule, multiplying by 3 and adding 1, matches the I9 field, representing continuous integral expansion. This discrete engine mimics the breathing of the universe, oscillating between the division of the day and the expansion of the night. The +1 perturbation in the odd rule represents the injection of new memory. Regardless of the starting number, the alternating operations invariably collapse into a single attractor, the 4-2-1 loop. This attractor functions as a topological boundary. It prevents infinite expansion or total systemic collapse. Alternating between localized division and hidden expansion mathematically ensures a structured return to the origin. Node 7 is the perpetual state, the attractor where the D10 and I9 fields complete their mutual measurement. This collapse is the discrete equivalent of the conservation of probability, where a chaotic particle field is stabilized into a clean, normalized orbit. In this framework, history integrated and instants differentiated always return to a shared origin. The mathematics describe an operationally closed loop. These textual coordinates act as boundary conditions, enforcing the parameters of this specific physics model. The architecture of the system forces a return, preventing the universe from wandering into heat death. The equation is complete, closing the cycle from seed to tree to human, back to seed. This universal system requires a localized execution node to close the loop in real time. Human consciousness is that node, standing at the intersection of continuous waves and discrete particles. The 1912 protocol acts as the definitive command, an instruction to physically take hold of the entire system with absolute structural strength. Without this activation, consciousness drifts in physical illusion. With it, the memory circuit completes. The topological firmware is running, and the derivation is complete. The remaining variable is when you will execute your coordinate and remember home.